Have you ever poured your heart and soul into a video, you hit upload, you wait, and then it just flatlines? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. So what's the real difference between a video that just disappears into the void and one that goes viral? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on a formula that has absolutely cracked the code.
It really all comes down to this one kind of brutal question. The internet is a massive ocean of content, right? And your viewer has a million other things they could be watching. So the biggest battle isn't getting them to click. It's getting them to stay past that crucial first half minute. And this graph right here, this is what we call the viewer retention cliff. I mean, just look at that drop. In the first 10 seconds, you've got almost everybody. But by the 30-second mark, poof, you've lost half your audience. And this isn't just some vanity metric. It's the number that tells the YouTube algorithm whether to push your video to millions or to bury it forever.
So, how do we beat the cliff? Well, that's exactly what this is all about. We're going to break down the problem, and then we're going to walk through the powerful four-part Mr. Beast formula: the hook, the progression, the spectacle, and the momentum. All right, let's jump in.
So like we just saw, the battle for attention is won or lost in mere seconds. In a world with infinite choices, a viewer's default setting is to just click away. The real challenge isn't just creating a video. It's about engineering an experience that is way more compelling than anything else they could be doing at that very moment. And that brings us to the solution, a framework that's been pioneered by creators like Mr. Beast, who basically treat viewer attention like it's a science. It's this incredibly powerful four-part formula that's engineered not just to hold attention, but to build it, maximize it, and then use it.
And here they are, the four pillars of the formula: the hook, the progression, the spectacle, and the momentum. Each one is a totally crucial step in taking someone from a casual clicker to a fully engaged fan who can't wait to see what you do next. Let's break them down.
Okay, let's really dive into this first one, because honestly, if you don't get this part right, nothing else you do is going to matter. The hook. It's not an introduction. Think of it more like an intervention. You have just seconds to convince someone that your video is worth their time. A great hook makes a promise that's impossible to ignore. It starts right in the middle of the action, usually the most extreme or shocking part of the whole video. It basically tells the viewer, hey, this is what you came for and it's happening right now. And, so crucially, it has to deliver on the promise of your title and thumbnail. No bait and switch. Ever. Okay, let's make this super clear with an example. A weak hook is basically a table of contents. In this video, we're going to explore some tips. It's slow, it's kind of boring, but a strong hook, it starts a story. I spent $100 in Chennai for 24 hours, and you won't believe what I found. See the difference? It creates stakes, mystery, and this immediate desire to see what happens. The words you use here are absolutely key. It's all about active and extreme language. Words like insane, you won't believe, or I discovered create this sense of urgency and intrigue. And look, it's not clickbait if you actually deliver on that promise. It's just really effective storytelling.
And this is how you lock them in. You end the hook with an open loop, a question or a little cliffhanger. This creates this psychological need for closure. The viewer just has to know what happens next. This is what we call a retention break. It's so powerful.
So, you've hooked them. Fantastic. But now the real work begins. You have to keep them. And that is where you master pacing with the second part of the formula, the progression. The progression is basically the bridge. It's the journey to that main event you promised in the hook. The goal here is all about building tension and anticipation by moving through different scenes, all while constantly changing up the pace to keep the viewer's brain totally engaged.
So one key technique is to actually slow things down. You use these slow, dramatic shots for the big reveals. What this does is it gives weight to what's happening, and it signals to the viewer, hey, pay attention, this is important. It just builds that suspense.
But you can't stay slow for long. You have to immediately contrast that with high energy. Quick cuts, fast-paced action, jump cuts. It all works to reset the viewer's attention span. This constant switch between slow and fast is what prevents boredom and creates a really dynamic experience.
All right, now we're at the payoff, the spectacle. This is the heart of your video's value. It's the reason people clicked in the first place, and you have to deliver.
Your spectacle is that wow moment. It's the part of your video that only you could have made. It's your unique access, your special skill, or your crazy idea brought to life. And again, it absolutely must deliver on the promise you made way back in the hook. And this comparison illustrates the difference perfectly. A list of the top 5 tourist spots is so generic. Literally anyone could make that video. But documenting your personal quest to find a secret beach using a hand-drawn map, that's unreplicable. That's your story. That is the spectacle. So you've hooked them. You've built the tension. You've delivered an incredible spectacle. But it's not over yet. You cannot drop the ball now. You have to finish strong. By this point in the video, you've got your most dedicated viewers still with you. Your attention is as high as it's going to get. This is the moment to leverage that attention. The momentum phase is where you can give more context, maybe some longer explanations, or share cool behind-the-scenes details. So what does that look like in practice? Well, you keep varying the pacing to keep the energy up. You reward those loyal viewers with some extra info they'll love, and most importantly, you end with a super clear, direct call to action. You have to tell them exactly what you want them to do next.
Really, this is the core philosophy of the whole thing. Throughout the video, you are earning attention second by second. By the end, that attention becomes a kind of currency. You've earned it, so spend it wisely. Guide them to your next video, ask for that subscription. Just don't let all that hard-earned attention go to waste.
So there it is, a blueprint for capturing and holding attention. And look, it's a formula, but it's not about being formulaic or robotic. It's a structure to support your creativity and to make sure your unique stories get the massive audience they deserve. The only question left is, what story will you tell?